Just got to clear the glottis.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Purse First Impressions. Now, Thorgy is in the UK having a full-on physical confrontation with Tia Coffee after all of the nasty things she said. So, filling in for me this week is the amazing Miss Laila McQueen. As you know, Laila is a drag queen. She was on season 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and
Vaguely.
And she's been my makeup artist for 2 seasons of We're Here. I didn't have high hopes for this season when they first announced it.
Drag them.
Before the cast even, but then there have been moments that I've been really loving because I have just been loving having Raja back on my TV. That has been amazing.
It's such a different energy, though.
Yeah, for sure.
You can tell she's having fun, and we're having fun watching her have fun.
Raja and Kylie have been 2 people I've just been loving seeing on the seat. Like, those 2 on the show has just really been phenomenal for me personally.
Tonight, though.
First of all, I look great. How dare you?
Her own devices.
But, I mean, come on. She's looking kind of... I didn't do any misting spray, though. Anyway, we are going to be talking about RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. We are on season 6 now.
Six.
This feels like too many seasons.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
My life's rough now. Which one failed?
Don't touch it. You gotta
twist this. Can that help? Work.
Also, in loving memory of Thorgy and in solidarity, since she's not here, I'm also taking a vow of sobriety.
And we're all gonna drink mustard. So let's hop right into the episode. So, who just went home again? I always ask.
Pandora hit it.
That's right. Pandora has been sent to the house.
A giant sigh of relief and a huge, unbearable sigh has been let out by the cast and Pandora.
Yes, Pandora. It was a wrap for her. She's now gone on to glory. They go back. We open up the box. We found out that every single queen has voted for Pandora. Everyone.
It's a wrap on Pandora.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think Pandora stood a chance.
No, it was getting to that point. We started off with a big season, and now we're getting closer and closer, and it was just like, it's nothing personal, girl. It's just time.
I think she went home at the right time. I think sooner would have been too soon, later would have been too late. I think she was right size.
She made it very far, almost top 5.
They have chosen, I mean, okay, who would have been the boss? Who's the bossiest from season 8? Yeah, that is probably me. Okay, who is the
who's the shadiest?
The shadiest from season 8? I'm gonna say probably Thorgy. Thorgy's pretty shady. Only from my experience. Every time I was there in those confessionals, they were like, I'm like, I gotta say, guys, Thorgy is literally my best friend here. I love her so much. And then I went home and I watched it. She was like, "Would Bob shut up? Bob is so annoying. Bob is driving me," and I was like,
and that's why she got fired this week from Purse First Impressions.
And I was like, Thorgy's my best friend here. Like, we've been friends for so long. So I was really shook when Thorgy was like, "Will you shut the fuck up?" I was like, girl.
I would say acid. I would say, because
acid was wild.
That Thorgy point is a retroactive superlative.
That is true.
While we're there, I'm really
Acid
with
Betty.
acid.
Yeah, Acid Betty was what. There were moments where I was like, "This is wild. Like, what is going on?"
And then the cameras start rolling.
The prettiest. Who's the prettiest right season? I'm gonna give it to Naomi Smalls. I mean, she's just.
While we were there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's just. And Naomi Smalls is one of the folks who's just like, geez, Louise. Rika got gassy, bossy, and I think
she got shadiest. I don't know how Ginger didn't get that. She got shadiest.
Yeah, she didn't get.
I don't know how Ginger didn't get that, because every week she's like, "Guys, I love you so much, and all of you did really great. Pandora, I've been obsessed with you since the moment I met you. Kylie, you're not great. I know someone went home this week, and, you know, we all had to vote, and, like, I know, you know, Kylie, I almost did vote for
Well, there's also when she said, I just couldn't sleep at night. with any other decision, Jan. And she was like, was it Jan? No, it was Scarlett. She could not sleep unless Scarlett was out of the competition. Now Trinity is getting this. Trinity has now gotten the most likely to go home next, and this is fucking up her. Like
it's getting to her.
She's in her head about it. Like part of me is like, girl, you gotta let it go.
Well, now that Jan's gone, someone else has to get cracked.
Right? I mean, she's like, I'm like, girl, you gotta let it go. Like, first of all, you voted for someone. I think she voted for Eureka or Raja. No, Eureka voted for Raja. But I can't remember who Trinity voted for, but she voted for someone. You know what I mean? It may have been Eureka. Which is odd because Eureka was the one consoling her when she. Let's find. Let's not engage in conjecture. Hold on, we can find out.
Yeah, this isn't sibling rivalry. We don't need to be.
Honestly, abolish libraries. Like. Oh shit.
So we have two Trinity.
How did we miss that?
Trinity gets a point. Kylie gets a point.
Okay, so
Wait.
she voted for herself, which is like.
How did I not notice that when that
And
happened?
now I remember it. I remember being like, oh my God, girls voting for themselves. I mean, Chanel started this.
But that was kind of iconic.
Because I don't want to be here.
Week after week. I keep saying to myself, there's this adult party I used to go to in Chicago. And after a while, I was not getting a lot of attention down in this basement. And I just said I was going to make that Miss Mandarin outfit, show up at that party and go. Week after week, I come here and I am consistently getting negative critiques and being ignored by you people. I am beautiful.
No, you should do that. I don't like that she voted for herself.
I did not notice that before, and I don't like that, especially because she is a front runner and doing so well.
And on top of that, she's mad that she got the most votes, but you contributed. You added.
Wow, she is. Oh my gosh, she is so mad that
everyone voted for her, and she did the same thing. So now, in the end, they go, okay. So Raja is upset that Eureka voted for her for likely to go home next, and Raja's like, so you think I should go home? And I was like, I don't think that's what the question wasn't. Who should go home next? It was who is likely to go home next. Y'all, Jacob. Oh, no, it's too far now. Like, hold it while I turn this.
Is that doing anything?
There. Let's just try it over time.
I mean, they are at, like, they've been there for so long now that I think everyone's just cracking over nothing.
That is true. I got to keep that in mind. Once you've been at Drag Race for a while, you wake up early, you go to sleep late, you work over.
You went to sleep?
I mean, barely.
Wow.
Must have been nice.
Must have been nice.
You work like 12 hours a day. It is madness. You're drinking nothing but Red Bull, eating Cheetos from Crafty, and you are just like exhausted. So like, I get it. You're going to be a little
testy.
Yeah, just a hair testy. So it's not outrageous. So we found out that the main challenge this week, the girls are doing this. Okay, have you ever seen Drag Tots?
I have never seen Drag Tots. I did not know what that was before this episode.
You never heard of it?
No.
So Drag Tots is this like it says a children's show, a show for children of all ages is what they say. And it's on Wow Presents Plus, and it's like voiced by like Adore Delano, Latrice Royale, Valentina, Bianca Del Rio, and RuPaul. And they do these voice characters. I think they're launching a season 2, which there's been like a big break since season 1. And it's like this cartoon, imagine like Tiny Toons or Muppet Babies, but with Drag Race.
And it's kid friendly?
I don't know.
Oh, so you never watched it either?
I have not watched it. I am not one of the kids of the age that they're talking about. But, I mean, they also make jokes like big furry pink box and stuff like that. So maybe it's like kid friendly in the way that like The Simpsons is. Like, not really kid friendly.
I mean, but like a lot of kids shows, if you watch them back, have a lot of those like, wait a second.
Especially Shrek. You ever seen Shrek? You ever watch Shrek back?
You know what makes sense? I'm going to take a total, left turn, but You know what makes me so uncomfortable? Going on Twitter and seeing gays making memes of like sexual SpongeBob things. It makes me uncomfortable.
What are these sexual SpongeBob memes?
So I see a lot. You know the one where he's like bending over and his underwear is ripped, and then they Photoshop a real.
Describe it more. Describe it. Keep describing it. Also, Layla's sitting on a cushion to be the same height as me.
I'm sitting on the same boobs for Queen's box I stood on.
What do you think of this challenge in general? Like, so this is kind of like that branding thing where like they did it on season 9. This is where Disaster came from. Where
yes, it's very similar.
The infamous "You're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you look like a model" is from that episode.
I love a design challenge. I'm not mad at like making a character. I don't like the format of this challenge.
What do you mean?
I don't love the voiceovers. I don't love the voiceovers with them standing on stage, especially because for this one, and Michelle says it they remind them a handful of times like this is a design challenge. Like they have to make the character, but they also have to make the entire
garment
to go with it. So I think it's weird that they just walk to the front of the stage, kind of move their arms while there's a voiceover thing, and then walk off. Like they don't even do a full catwalk runway.
But they could have, because you know we did a voiceover on our season. We did one for the That's My Mama drag.
Yes.
Where we come out with our moms. So we had to write a letter or a note about our moms, and you like work the runway and they play it while you're working the runway. I remember this.
But none of them did it. So it makes me feel like they were prompted not to do that, except just stand on the end of the stage and like.
I don't think so. That does not sound like a prompt that Drag Race gives you. Like
they all did.
God, I'm gonna scream. And it does make a visual difference, I would say, too. There we go. I really cranked it that time. It just doesn't seem like a prompt they would give on Drag Race because it's boring to just stand there. And
It looks like it.
But also every other season they've done it, they let the girls walk around. Like
but all 5 of them did not do that, and it was weird.
I agree. I mean, I don't know. Of course, this is all conjecture. Neither one of us knows. But I think that that one girl saw the other girls doing. They're like, well, that's what I'm gonna do. Or none of them just thought to walk around, which I think is very strange. I feel like Kylie moved a little bit.
I mean, Trinity's character was literally a
catwalk instructor,
and she didn't really like it seemed like an opportunity missed.
Okay, so Raja chose the name See Me Queen, and RuPaul is, I don't know if RuPaul's on a sugar high or what is going on.
Queen See Me.
Queen See Me. And RuPaul is like, she's
feeling it this episode. She is.
I literally wrote the words, RuPaul is really on one with this Raja. She is like feeling it.
It actually says RuPaul is really feeling it. So yes. You're a liar.
No, well, I was getting to the other one too. I was going to get there. I said, again, I agree with you. RuPaul was really fucking feeling it. She was like in a good mood. But it's so weird because the stakes are just different for RuPaul than they are for the girls. So the girls are there.
What stakes? She's there to
exactly
do what the fuck ever she wants.
Like it's so weird when the judges are like cracking jokes and shit, and like you're in the bottom, and you're like, this is not funny.
Well, I think on that. The fact that RuPaul's feeling it so much, like I love when he's like talking to Raja and being like, yeah, this isn't a good name, and then she's walking away and RuPaul is cracking up at how bad it is.
Just cackling.
She's like, oh my god, your shit! Awful!
Yeah, Trinity is having a full-on conniption fit. So Neek is now in her head because her machine's not working, or she can't figure out how to sew this in. But by the way, she ended up making a great garment. We'll get the outfits in a second. Trinity, Raja, and Sonique are all in their heads. I would say Ginger and Eureka seem to be pretty chill. All right, let's go through these looks one by one. All right, so first of all, RuPaul comes down the runway. She is in a mood, a great mood.
Bitch, she got a shot of Boniva before she stepped on that stage.
Girl,
she was
the Moderna kicked in.
The Moderna kicked in from Dolly, and she gave her gloves.
Exactly.
Nice little Dolly Parton glove.
So what do you think of Rue's look? I mean, she looks good. Rue's really showing a lot of leg. As she gets older, she's like showing more leg.
Love that.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't my favorite hair of hers.
I don't know if I love the necklace with how much like the shoulders are going. She usually likes to have like a big open. Like,
Yeah, I remember one of her notes was like, never wear a big necklace.
because she likes to have all this open to elongate, so it's kind of weird that she's chosen something so bulky on the shoulders and then the necklace.
Yeah, I love Michelle's outfit. Ross always looks like a magician from Las Vegas. I mean, this is Siegfried. I mean, let's be real. And I gotta be honest. I'm not. This is no shade to Miss XCX. I do not know who this woman is.
Oh, okay.
Like, I know some of her songs. If I ordered some Uber Eats and there was like a TV show that was like, we're gonna prank you by getting celebrities to deliver you food. If this woman had my food, I would say thank you and close the door. I'd be like, thank you very much. And I wouldn't be like, oh my God. I'd be like...
You'd probably look out the door and go, you can just leave it there.
I mean, literally, I'd grab like nice hair. But I mean, like, do you know her? Like if you saw Miss XCX, would you be like, oh, work, Charlie XCX?
Honestly, no. I know her songs.
I know
her songs. I also think she's one of those, it's very popular, pop stars are always changing their look.
Did she
also.
go to a fight with Aquaria once? Online?
No, that was BB Rexa.
Oh, BB Rexa, yeah. I was once in the airport in London, and there was like paparazzi was chasing someone, and I was like, Jesus.
Your computer's also not charging.
Did I kick the thing again with my... Okay, let's go through their looks. Let's talk about Trinity's look. I really like this look. She looks like a furry. This is very impressive for the amount of time.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and say this is actually my favorite look of the week. I'm going to say it. I said it. I've already said it. And I won't take it back.
I really like this, and it's impressive because faux fur is not easy to sew with, especially with those drag race
So you mean you use real fur? Peter, get this bitch. Peter, get this bitch.
Didn't someone say on 30 Rock that like if PETA doesn't hate you or love you, you're a nobody?
Oh, work. So there it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think this is. I like the tiger stripe little detail going in, the ears. This is a great look. Like I think this is, for me, this is the best look of the week.
It's a great look. It's a great look, and I thought she was funny, and she sold it with her movements, and she sold it.
I think she did a good job.
Yes.
To be honest, I would have given her the win this week, which is interesting. I would have given Trinity the win. And also, Raja came for me online because I jumped from Team Raja to Team Trinity.
Did she?
Yes, she did. And I will say out loud, Raja is still my favorite queen from the season.
She's so good. She is so good.
She is still...
Love her.
Of all the queens, Raja is still my favorite queen from this season. Like, just to see, like, visually watching her, I just love this queen. But I do think that Trinity is just doing a real... She's doing a good job. Okay, I'm getting better at accepting that this happens.
I can't wait for the supercut of the amount of times that this sun lamp falls.
Ginger's look. So Ginger is Tara Bell, and she looks good. This is a good length dress,
and she's not wearing a goddamn go-go boot.
Yeah, this looks great. This is a really good look.
She does look good. It looks very pretty. I'm impressed that she made this.
I'm not sure what her superpower was. Like I couldn't remember what her power was.
I don't either.
Because I know Trinity was to like teach catwalk and a sickening catwalk.
I think Ginger said something about how she could. Hers is the power of communication. It was something like that where she's like, I could read someone the house down boots, but I'm not going to. It was something about being communicative.
Which part of me was kind of like, I get that this is like a kid's show episode, but like, this season's had a lot of like uplifting, like
a lot of that.
I'm a show up queen, and I was really I prefer like I'm that bitch, or wrote you, read you, wrote you now, you know what I mean? And now we're gonna all hold hands and do a little dance.
Everybody come together,
right? And I'm like, it's just not my drag. I mean, cut to me doing weird.
Well, season 2 is coming soon.
And I'm very confrontational.
She only fights her drag daughters. Physically, mentally, emotionally.
But enough about civic robbery. I think that Raja O'Hara looks very good. I think this look is great. It is probably my favorite concept for a look. I love that she has eyes on her, all of her arms. I love that she's purple. I think this looks great.
This one was my favorite. I do think she deserved to win. This was my favorite look. I love how she sold it. It was good. She's so much fun.
Well, now you're convincing me. Let me switch between her and Trinity. I think what is in my head is that I think I could make what Raja's wearing, and I could not make what Trinity's wearing. And I think that's what my head is getting stuck at. It just seems like Trinity's outfit is just more impressive as a feat. And I feel like I could make a cat suit and a dress. But also, this concept is a grab. But to be fair, I would not have thought to do this with the gloves and the eyes.
I think Trinity, I think this is more conceptual and fun. I like it because it's a little weirder. Maybe I'm biased because I would wear this outfit. I don't know. I really like it. I really am obsessed with Raja.
Same.
So, and I'm a disco-y type character.
Yeah,
a disco-y type character in reflective purple with eyes all over them.
I think you've convinced me.
Biased.
I am now back on Team Raja for this episode. This look is really good. Yeah, you're right. This is a great look. It's really, really phenomenal. I don't love this look. She also said a 6-foot train.
Did she say 6 foot?
She did. She was like, I'm gonna have a 6-foot train, but she said it before she started sewing.
Okay, so then we're gonna not. We're not doing this ginger minge 5 foot nothing wearing 35 yards. Of fabric.
Before she was done sewing, she was like, I'm gonna have a 6-foot train. I think she planned on it. And then you plan and then you sew and then you get what you get. You know what I mean?
I'm very familiar.
Yeah. I don't love this dress. Also, at one point Michelle was like, "It's harder to make a gown," and I was like, "I don't know that it is."
Michelle loves to say shit like that sometimes.
It's not hard. It's actually, I would say, from sewing, I'm not like a great sewer, but it is harder to make a cat suit than a gown.
A cat suit that fits well.
Yeah, it's harder to make a coat than a gown. It's harder to make a lot of things than a gown.
That said,
it just takes more fabric to make a gown.
That said, I liked where Eureka came from with this, with going down a villain route.
Yeah.
Villain route.
They're both the same word. They're interchangeable. The pronunciation.
I'm also impressed with Eureka's sewing skills this season because this maybe looks simple in comparison. I wish that there was some different material. This is very
I think she needed a mixture of fabrics. Is what it is.
That
would have elevated it.
This is looking a little like I'm gonna make a drag outfit and just use the same material for everything. But with that said, I'm impressed that Eureka has made very smooth, well-fit garments for the sewing challenges this season.
And the first one was a non-stretch fabric. And if you know anything about sewing, non-stretch is way harder to sew.
She made a headpiece for this.
Yeah, it has a Evil Queen.
Yes,
an Evil Queen vibe that goes along with it, which is really cool.
That said, I'm surprised that for her talking about farts as much during this, that Michelle had nothing to say about that. Because
the blue humor.
When Rock said one fart joke, Michelle was like, this is just ridiculous.
Which is weird because then Crystal Method later on did a whole bit about farting. And she was like, when I say you are the Walt Whitman of drag, I need you to know that I'm not joking.
And then Michelle ripped one.
Then Michelle let a toot out. So Kylie from what they was saying, I thought Kylie was gonna come out in dental floss. She was like, I'm not gonna have anything. There's nothing. I am running out of time. She was sewing with makeup on. You know the thing where the queens freaking out and they run back to the machine with their face on?
We saw the Wizard of Oz challenge.
Exactly. This is a great piece and it's a lot. This is a lot of garment.
I look at this and compared to some of the other girls, I look at this and I'm like, this is great. And then the more I look at it, I'm like, is it a little too simple for this?
Is it simple because it's all black?
I don't know.
I didn't like that the broom stood up by itself.
I did too.
I was like, oh my God, this broom, that's a nice little touch.
And I do like the bottom of the skirt because it does look like she's floating.
And did she make this hat?
I would assume so. That is impressive.
Yeah.
It's a little on the nose witchy.
It is definitely.
I love a witch. Well, how about this? What would you do for your character for this?
I think I would probably choose an element and go with that. I love a like wind, fire, water type theme.
You do?
Yeah.
Since when?
Well, I did it on I did it for Work the World when I was the Phoenix.
Okay.
I did it with the when I had the drag queens from Twin Falls from season 1 over here. I gave us all an element. I was earth. They were water, wind, and fire. So I love like a little elemental moment like that.
I've always loved villains, so I'd want to do something like that, but not necessarily a villain. Like, I don't know.
Like a witch. Like
Yes, I would go not even to pull from Kylie. I would pull from what I know from my experience as a child and do like something magical, like turn the tragic into magic, but not in like a everything's great and peppy, but still like kind of like self-deprecating and like jokey, but like I don't know.
Kind of like it sounds like you do like a combination of what Eureka and Kylie did.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do love that she picked a very clear archetype. This like I love that she's like this is a witch. I can get into right away. So
if I ever went back, like we're skipping back a little bit, but like when queens are talking to RuPaul and RuPaul does so you were in the bottom last week. It's such a weird segue conversation. Like, I just feel like with people like, I know, and I'm going to try harder. I'm going to do my thing and try to do better. I just feel like in that situation, again, if I were to go back and RuPaul's like, wow, so you were in the bottom last week, I'd be like, I don't think I was. Were you there? I wasn't there for that.
But like, do we all agree on that? Or is that your opinion? No.
I would fully just pretend that I wasn't.
And
to her face be like, I just don't think that's true.
And she would probably do her cackle laugh. She'd probably just go, and just like have a full, moment.
Or she would stare at me deadpan as a little laser went right to me.
Yeah, laser goes, she goes, no. And then you can hear like a full powered like Gatling gun powering down. So they go back for their deliberations, and they are Raja has won this week's episode, and everyone else is in the bottom. If you're not on the top, you are in the bottom officially. Now that they're all in the bottom, it's time to plead your case to Raja. And they all do that, not all of them, but everyone except Eureka actually. Actually, I think Eureka may have said too. They all say, queens always say, no matter who they're talking to, they always say, I just really want to be in the top with you. Like your whole goal was to be in the top with Raja? Or just
from
to be
the whole time.
From the beginning, you're like, I need to be in the top with Raja. I have to be. That's part of my journey. Like, just say you want to be in the top.
Well, they're really trying to play into that person.
Which, I mean, I guess makes sense, but part of me would be like, I see through this. Like, this is...
There's that... People saying that to you, like if you were in this position, all I could picture is that one little meme screenshot of you during the Wizard of Oz Untucked and the red wig going.
That'd be like, y'all, this is like, I just don't believe this story you're telling. I do believe you want to be in the top, and I do believe that now that you know that I'm the last step before top 4, you know I'm going to be there as well. So, I mean, I guess in theory that's not a lie. I want to be there, and you're going to be there, so I want to be there with you. But, like, don't act like your dream has been to be there with me. Don't act like your dream...
Trinity came in extra with that, too, being like, I want to be... Honestly...
Before we say even a word about me, can we all take a moment to give a round of applause to our sister Raja? Which is funny, because Raja's the one who took a moment to give a round of applause for Trinity back when she had won. But, yeah...
Can we give a cheers to our sister Trinity? She had won the challenge and it was deserved. So
and you
cheers
did deserve it.
to Trinity.
But I feel like I don't know. We've never been in a situation where we have to plead our case or like get another queen to like.
I am every day. I wake up in the mirror and I'm like, can we please get this shit together?
Just pleading to yourself every day.
I am begging
just
you.
One day, one time, one moment.
Give me 1 hour.
But like I've never been in that case on Drag Race where I have to like plead to another queen. But I will say all the queens who have done it, they seem quite traumatized by it. Like it never seemed like it was like it's like this is really fucking my shit up to have to beg to stay here.
They all take kind of a wild route. You know, Trinity's like, oh no, I wanted you to win. You should have. I knew when we went to this challenge, I was like, Raja better win this.
In fact, actually, on episode 3, I knew that on episode 9, you deserve to win.
And then Ginger comes in and is like, well, I know who I'd vote for. You're going to vote for your heart?
So Ginger was like, well, we've all been voting by track record. Bitch, you've been voting by track record. You don't know where everyone else is voting. You have no clue who or what. There's this thing where like, episode 1 of All Stars, the girls would be like, so we're all going to agree to do, bitch, do your thing. I'll do my thing, and you just do what you're going to do, how you want to do it.
Imagine she does know, and in the credits, she's getting a producer credit this whole time, and we just have not seen it.
I don't know. That was a weird, it seems like she's like, well, and then, of course, when she sat back down, she did remind Kylie that she got the worst critiques.
She loves to do that.
But did Kylie get the worst critiques? I don't think anyone got bad critiques.
Everyone got pretty moderate. Like, there was like the high highs, but then people who got like Kylie and Eureka got like a little bit lower.
Yeah, I agree.
But like no one was like catastrophically, oh my God, you did shit.
I agree.
I do love that Michelle was like, oh, Raja, so I'm getting the sense that purple's your color or something, and Jan is at home, a tear falling
she does purple. I forgot.
She does her face.
They are continuing the systematic mental annihilation of Jan through RuPaul's Drag Race season.
This season is like fully like, you know in The Exorcist how they just show little flashes of like the demon face? They're like doing that with Jan, like talking about things other people that are fully for Jan, and they're just flashing.
Jan's like, and now you will be getting a Broadway career, a pop album, and you're going to get to meet Patti LuPone as part of the prize package.
You are going to have this challenge, you have won a 4-night getaway with Bernadette Peters.
So Raja wins, and the lip sync assassin this week is Cameron Michaels. They are doing a Charlie XCX song, and I do recognize this song, which I do think that the song was not particularly
It's not a bad song, but the energy for this kind of performance is a little. There's no real high highs and low lows. It doesn't really go anywhere.
In the club, it'd be a bop. You know what I mean? So Cameron Michaels went online and was saying that she was really upset. I mean, she seemed pretty upset about the lip sync, which I watched and I was like, I didn't think it was that. I mean, it didn't blow me away, but I didn't go away with any. I mean, I also don't want to negate Cameron Michaels' feelings, but I remember thinking as a fan watching, being like, oh, it was a lip sync, and then Cameron did her thing and she won, and now she's leaving.
I literally watched it and I was like, Raja and Cameron are both very good performers, and they didn't do a bad job. I just don't think it was a great song for this format. I don't think it had anything to do with the two of them.
She said, I am hurt, disgusted, and devastated by the entire situation.
Okay.
I just don't know. But also there's a chance that stuff happened that we don't know.
That's fair.
Maybe they all called her a faggot when she did the cartwheel.
They stopped the music and said, hey, faggot, do that cartwheel again.
But like, I was like, I didn't know that there was like some storyline thing. She said, I know my worth and my talent, and I feel like I was used for some quick, cheap storyline. I didn't know there was a storyline going on. Fuck that stupid song. I just imagine Charlie XCX just like going to be like, I wonder what Cameron Michaels is doing on this day. And then she swipes, and then she just sees, fuck that stupid song. She's like, oh, all right. Not what I was expecting, not gonna lie. But I do not really know exactly what's going on with Cameron Michaels, but I really thought she did a good job. And she won.
She won.
Yeah, she won.
She won. She got compliments. She looked good. I just feel like we're missing something.
Right? There's something that did not make air that we did not get to see.
I mean, she posted that. She tweet and delete, posting a long thing with her black square, and then it's a lot. There's been a lot of posts, and I'm just kind of confused why.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, so I have no clue. But she wins the lip sync. Raja does not win. The council has chosen to send home Eureka. We watched Untucked. Spoiler alert: everyone voted for Eureka, so Eureka did not stand a snowball's chance in hell. And
Who would you have voted for in this situation if you were there?
Probably Eureka.
It's tough
But,
because
well, that's hard. Yeah, let's talk your thing.
it's tough because if we're the track record thing, Trinity has done so well, but comparatively to all of them, has also been
In the bottom
the most.
Yeah.
But Eureka hasn't won, but she's also never been in the bottom and always been like in the top or doing. Eureka's done very well.
Eureka's done, yeah. It wasn't because I think Eureka did a bad job. Everyone
Not at
at this
all.
point, everyone there is legit has done a great job.
Yes.
I do think that at this point, for me, Trinity deserves to win this season. There were a few wins that I think should have been Trinity's. You know what I mean? That weren't hers. And I think that Trinity is just really, save Snatch Game, she's done great every episode.
What was
In
the
my-
other one she was in the bottom for though?
I don't.
They
know.
said she was in the bottom 3 times.
Oh, maybe the one where she was wearing khakis when they did the ball.
She wasn't. I remember. Okay, I'm surprised the khakis. And,
The khakis gathered me. There was some. I don't remember. I'm sure y'all know below.
She wore those on the plane.
You gotta save space in the luggage tray. You gotta save space. But yeah, I mean, I think that Trinity should. So I would. It's not because Rika did a bad job. I just think that Trinity's doing such a good job. Yes. I would not. I think Ginger's doing a great job. I think Kylie's doing a great job. They're all doing great jobs. But the fact is, Eureka has not won one. I mean, I love my sis, but she hasn't won one yet. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Who else am I? Okay, wait, sorry. Oh, so Eureka gets sent home, and then she goes into the workroom, and as she's like, everyone says like 1 hour later. Hers says like 15 minutes later. They're like, girl, get dressed, head back to the stage. So now we are entering the game within the game, which at this point, I don't care anymore. It's been too long.
There's been like 20 girls this season. Every single one of them.
It's been
Like,
too long.
what is happening?
It's been too long. I was kind of like, oh, whatever.
It's reached the point. It's peaked to the interest point. Now we're like, do we have to do this?
Right? I mean, I will say I am excited to see it next week. I mean, I am excited to see it, but like, it feels like I'm like, oh my God, get it over with.
It's been a little laborious.
It does feel like that. That is exactly how it feels. And now Eureka's headed back to do the lip sync of her life, is what they're saying. So, but also what feels this
They're
way
really gathering Eureka. They're like, these other girls are like, you still have a chance while you're packing up. They're like, oh, okay, cool. They're like, Eureka, what the fuck are you doing?
Hurry
Get
up.
to the stage.
And Eureka's
yesterday.
going through all the emotions. Eureka is like, she's talking to a mannequin at one point. Go watch Untucked. She starts talking to a mannequin. She starts crying. She's getting dressed. She's running. She's choosing wigs. She's picking outfits. It is an emotional roller coaster.
It's very much that Wendy Williams meme where she's like, what am I going to wear? What am I going to do? Am I going to cry? How am I going to talk?
I mean, very that. And also, what I am realizing is obviously now the game within the game is over. So every single girl who has gotten eliminated is getting a chance to redeem themselves, with the exception of whoever goes home next week.
Sorry, girl.
I mean, that sucks.
I wonder if they'll still play another video message being like, sorry.
Right? I mean, that sucks. So, that being said, I've asked the question, who do you think deserves to win now?
Trinity.
I'm going to go with Trinity, too. And Raj is a very, very close second
Yes.
for me.
Yes,
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if either one of them won.
At all.
I'd be really chill with both of them. They're both really fucking good. All right, so there it is. Third You Throw will be back next week. Thank you so much, Laila McQueen, for filling in.
Woo! Yeah! Mustard!
I will see you all on the internet and beyond. Mwah. I didn't cover the screen at all.
Enjoy this episode of Bob not being interrupted at all.